Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, The Cabin in the Woods from 2011. It's directed by Drew Goddard and stars Kristen Connolly and Fran Kranz. I first want to say how much I love the Steelbook 4K edition of this movie because of the artwork. Take a look at how cool this is. I almost never keep the slipcovers for physical media because if I kept them all, there would be less room on the shelves for the physical media, but with this one, I couldn't get rid of it. It's perfect. Yes, a slipcover amounts to a fraction of the width of an actual DVD, but if you combine enough slipcovers, that fraction of a DVD starts getting thicker, and before you know it, the shelf can hold multiple DVDs less than it could if they all didn't have slipcovers. And when it comes to my DVD library room, I don't really have room to put more shelves, so what you see is what you get as far as room to grow. I need to salvage as much room as possible. Anyway, The Cabin in the Woods is brilliant. Pure fucking brilliance. By the release of this film in 2011, a lot of the people that go see this type of movie knew what to expect, so how ingenious of it to show us the below-ground workings behind the scenes to make sure the movie goes on without a hitch, and then tie it back to the very audience watching the film. I still remember seeing this in the theater and just being in love with every moment. Well, almost every moment. I don't love when the Fool and the Virgin find their way into the underground facility and they release all of the monsters with a simple flick of a safety switch and press of a button. Seems maybe having a control that simple that would destroy the whole facility as it does is a bit counterintuitive, but fuck me, what do I know, right? It does make for an entertaining last 30 minutes to the film at least. I do love that the two guys in charge of the facility underground are played by Bradley Whitford and Richard Jenkins, both actors who played roles in TV shows that were big parts of my 20s, The West Wing and 6 Feet Under. Also, it's nice to see the face of Amy Acker in the film as the facility tech from the chem department. She was in the Drew Goddard adjacent TV show Angel, which was a spin-off from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Oh, and how rude of me to forget to mention that Joss Whedon can go eat a bucket of fuck since he co-wrote this film with director Drew Goddard. And of course I should mention that Sigourney Weaver shows up in the end of the film to spell out the situation for anyone completely oblivious to the previous 80 minutes. Thanks Sigourney, your efforts are still appreciated even if they're not completely needed. Oh, and of course Thor himself, Chris Hemsworth, is in this movie too as an added treat. I'm giving The Cabin in the Woods a straight A and move on tomorrow to the old German expressionist horror film, The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. See y'all then.